So this is a video about my Waller race. The 3-day show, or 2-day qualifier, 3-day, the third day was the qualified race that you had to qualify for. So this would be the video about that. I'm sorry it took so long for me to make it. I've been really busy working on projects for school because it's ending the year finally. But I thought I'm going to talk them over with y'all because y'all really like these and y'all do request them a lot. So we'll be doing that. So day one, I wore my black ranch dressing shirt with turquoise splint boots, my white pad, and we ended up running a 15.0 in there. He did really good. He really likes small patterns. It's probably because I don't have more time to overthink in them, so I'm not over here doing too much with them, which is my biggest problem, is doing too much. I came in and I dropped a little early, so we came out wide on my first, and then which cut off my second a little bit, but he wrapped it up perfectly, and we ended up having a really good run, and I was really shocked for that, because normally our first days do not go as planned. Those are usually our practice runs. And then our second day, I ran in my Hot Topic Trading Post royal blue glittery shirt with royal blue boots on him and then the royal blue saddle pad on him. Back up. That run did not go as planned. We ended up hitting 2 barrels. It was totally my fault. I came in there, dropped too early, and Brock got so confused. I was like, okay, let's finish this after I turn our first barrel, and I dropped way too early on my second barrel, which made us completely line up to hit that barrel again. And Rock was so confused when I asked him to slow down. He was like, what are you doing? Why is the barrel coming after me? We've never, shockingly in the almost, just 2 years of running him, I've never knocked my second barrel. So that was a really big shock for both of us. But our third was beautiful. I slowed him down, and I just had him lope home. I felt so bad for messing up that run for him, but mistakes happen. And luckily on day one we qualified for the shootout, and so I did not just waste my chance there.
It's okay, Megan, keep pushing. Keep a pocket. Megan, keep going. It's okay.
And then day 3 I ran, what did I run in? Oh, okay. I ran in my Cowgirl Tough red sequin-like shirt. He ran in his red boots, white pad. And it was not as fast as day 1, but it was clean, and I was working on things coming in from the day before. And I did drop early, but I did not drop just as early, so it wasn't just as bad, and I was extremely happy. And I was sitting in the bottom of the 2D for pretty much the whole race, and then the last runner ran the exact time I needed. The direct last runner. So, I was so happy. I was over the moon. We ended up winning the buckle, which I might include. Maybe you're here to find out how to do that. And a good chunk of money to go in our LTE.
Yes, I hope so. Let him get in there.
You didn't have to return them.
Oh, no, I did. Wait. You got it. Come on. Drive to your spot. Yeah, come on.
Hustle!
15, 14.
Woo-hoo!
I was so happy. I feel like that was a huge win for us. We don't really get to run in smaller patterns often because it's not really seen much in our area. And if we do small patterns, it's usually when we cut down the pin. And he works so well in them, and I'm so blessed to have him. He works so good in every pattern. It's just me. It's just me messing you up. He's so done. I did just give Rock a bath. That's why he's so rubby. He only does this after baths are getting washed or ridden. You want to go back? You can go. Yeah. But today I will also be doing one more thing instead of just ending it here, because this is a little short video. If it's still videoing, I hope it is. Hi. He still wants to be in it. I'm going to be showing y'all my saddle, what I have on my saddle, brands and stuff like that, and then my main pads and my breast color. I'm going to be showing you everything on my saddle, pretty much every question y'all have asked me about my tack, because, you know, why not? And don't mind how my saddle is dirty. I did not want to clean it. But my saddle is a Double J Legend saddle. It has the Rancher's Rise up here, and it's got the pencil roll in the back seat. This helps me sit up. This helps me sit back. And then for these stirrups, I don't think I got forward set stirrups, but I could be wrong about that. My stirrups, I've got some wooden nettles on, because why not get them lighter? And then I've got my better bands on there, which are stretched out. I replaced them a while ago, but I soaked them in water to get them stretched. And then I have the classic equine cinch with, I think that's wool. No. I don't know. I really don't know. I do keep my back cinch on my saddle. Back cinches are not supposed to keep the saddle from sitting down, like in the back end. I've seen people say that. It doesn't. If your saddle fits properly, your saddle should not go up in the back end. But if the leather is like kind of pulling up there, then that's just how the saddle was. But, yeah. And then I got my little flower conchos, which are like a little turquoise accent to my saddle, but you can pretty much use any color on my saddle. And I've got my little cross bracelet right here, and my What Would Jesus Do bracelet as well. These two items never leave my saddle because, yeah. And then I got a little hair tie that I can fidget with. I don't know, I always have something on my saddle. And then the splint boots. I get asked about my splint boots a lot too. So these are the ones I raced in last night, which depends on what day I post this. I'll probably get it done by today. But I use the Classic Equine Legacy 2 boots. I prefer not to have rubber on my splints. I feel like it'll just like, I don't know, limit his breathability in his splint boots. And I only wear his splint boots to race. I do wear some to practice, but these boots, all my Classic Equine ones, they are only race boots. I like to save my stuff. Same with my high-end ones, but instead I use black, so I'm not having to buy a pair. If I buy a new color, I'm not having to buy a new black splint because it is really expensive, and I can just use it with any color. I use it for my white ones, my purple ones, my lavender ones, my sage ones, whatever. It's just, it helps with the cost. And same with those boots, I go black, but instead I use the Flex-On Classic Equine, which has the rubber on the back. These are what I use the rubber on, because when the horse overreaches, they hit this part. And this just keeps it more durable, and it's less likely to rip if there's rubber on it. It just holds it up for long, because I've had these for over a year. There's about no ripping in them. also get a lot of questions about my saddle pads. So here's my underlined saddle pad. This is what I keep mainly under my white one, but I'll wear it under the other ones too. I think this is a Weaver, but it's about a 1/4 of an inch, I think, or a 1/2 inch thick. This I just put under so my saddle pad does not get dirty over time. I like to keep my stuff clean. I wash my slim boots after each race. If the pin does not dirty them up, if they dirty them up, then I'll clean them. Then my white pad or tan pad, whatever you want to call it, is a professional's choice. I don't know how thick it is. It's a bit thicker than I normally ride in, but it does not mess with the fitting of my saddle. I made sure to check that out. But this is what I bought the under pad for, just to keep this clean. I've raced in this a couple times. We really only got a little bit of dirt and hair in it. And it's been through de-shedding season, so it's clearly working. And I get a lot of questions about my colored pads because I love my colors. This is my 5-star royal blue pad. This is what I got for tequila and then ended up getting rock. So, yes, it's dirty because I never had the under pad for this. But you still can clean these with the actual sponge that they come with. And I use like laundry detergent, water mix, spray, mainly water, to help get rid of that. I also use that for my slim boots. And then same with my pink pad, which is my sister's I borrow whenever she's not running in it or something. It's also a 5-star. I really recommend these. These are really nice. I got these 2 years ago. They're still in really good shape. I used to practice in this pad too, so it's in really good shape. Okay. Then, my tack. Put that on. I get a lot of questions about my breast collar and head stall, so here's my breast collar. It is a Rock & Wilson's chunky silver glitter. I absolutely love Rock & Wilson's. They make amazing tack. They're super sweet. Oh, I got this at the Martha Josie Clinic. If you go to Martha Josie Clinics, I think she's sponsored by Martha Josie, or she sponsors Martha Josie because she's at every one of her clinics and stuff. And this is where I got this one from. And then my royal blue one, which has sadly reached its end. I never cleaned it and I practiced in it, so it, of course, did not last. But this one I probably rarely clean because I only race in it and I take it off when I'm done racing in it. I don't like when they sweat on it, and I make sure only limited time with my nice stuff. Because I sadly had to put my other one down. And then here's my head stall. It's dirty. Goes in his mouth, so I'm not really concerned about anything. So it's also the silver chunky glitter from Rock & Wilson's. It's the matching set. And I've got a Charlotte. I don't remember what the bit's called. I did post it a while back. Shelly Survey bit. It's the shank's about as long as my hand. And when I practice, which I don't practice in this head stall, I take my ring, and put it on this middle piece so there's no leverage, and it's kind of more of like an O-ring. It's just so I stay more out of his face and I'm not really pulling on him too much. One thing I do recommend is when you get a new head stall, always check your clamps and stuff and make sure they're not loose before you run. And then before you put your tack on or your head stall on, shake it and then watch if anything falls off, because I shook mine once and my Chicago screw came off and I was about to make a run. Luckily I have extras in my trailer and I got to put on a new one. But always check your tack because you never know what could happen during a run. And then, Cricket, can you move? Thank you, baby. My race routine, I got asked this a couple times because when I post my tack up videos, y'all are like, what are you putting on him? What are you doing with him? So I really kind of want to show y'all. This time I will. Cricket, please move. It's all in this little bucket. the bucket of wonders. So first things first, if my dad isn't at the race with me, which he'll sometimes be with me, I take off my belt at the trailer. I do not race in a belt. It's just my prefer, and I also do not race in a jacket. My biggest fear is one of those getting caught on the saddle horn and something bad happening. So I take them off personally. You do not have to. It's just something I've always done, and I've seen some bad things happen with that. So I take that off, and then right before I put on splint boots and after my splint boots, I put on CEP coolant to kind of just make sure nothing's hurting him, and if there is, it's just gonna be cooled off for a minute. And I put this, like if he does something to his leg and he's hot, I'll put this on him. I really like it because I can put it on myself, and I used to use poultice, and it would be all sticky, it'd be all over my hands. I really did not like it. Oh, I loved it. It's just I had to wash my hands in between each use. And who brings, I don't have time for that half the time. So this, I really like it because it dries up, and you can still feel the cooling. But like icy hot, you have the cool and then the hot. This just has the cool, and I really like it. First time I opened it, it shocked me. So yeah. Then right after I put on my bridle, I put on Vicks. The Vicks, yeah. I put this on his nose and kind of up in his nose a bit. This helps with breathing. I really like using it. I use it on myself as well right before a run because, trust me, I don't breathe through my runs. I'm out there, I hold my breath. I got the stick version. I do have the like balm version as well. And I just kind of dab it on him. It's just kind of like chapstick. It smells kind of minty-ish, I guess. I don't know. I use it on him and myself before the run. Usually about 30-20 minutes out. And then, my little tradition, people call me weird for this, especially my mom, is I put 2 treats in each pocket, and then in my back pockets, I'll put 1. And then I'll give an extra treat right before my run. Or not before my run, right before I get on. Just so, it's kind of like my good luck thing. I like to do that so he gets rewarded immediately, because when I get to the trailer, I'm having to get back up. I'm having to get back out there to go barrel set again. So having them in my pockets is less likely for me to forget them, and I can give them to him before and after my run. And I don't give them directly before. Like, I don't give them in the same drag. I give them the drag before. And I do not give them in the same drag after I ran. I give them in the drag after. Just so when he's like breathing in and out hard, he's not inhaling pieces and stuff. That's just another one of my fears. So, yeah. I always carry treats on me. I buy like feed bag sizes because of how much of treats I go through. I teach my Bubby new tricks all the time. I forgot to add this in. I'm just gonna throw this back in the video. And about a drag before my run, I always pray with Rock, and I pray for the riders around me, the people around me, and I make sure to say amen twice because he cannot say amen, but I speak for the one without the voice, and I pray for him. I pray for myself. I pray to have steady hands and a loving heart. I pray for people struggling, and I pray for him just to put his hand on me to guide me through this run, make me trust my horse just as I trust him. And it's just something I've always done, and if my dad's there, I'll have my dad pray for me, and if Hadley's there, she'll pray for me, and she'll give Rock a pep talk, which has always worked. He's always so good when she does pep talks. It's something I've always done. I feel like the one time I didn't pray, I had a really bad run, and I 100% blamed it on how I didn't pray. Not like the best thing I could have blamed it on. It was definitely me that made the problem and made the run bad, but you know, praying's done me good, so I like to do it before I run, before I go to bed, when I wake up, all that stuff. And it also, sometimes it'll like cool me down, it'll get my anxiety down. because I will pick at my skin around my nails to where I bleed very, very often. So it kind of just like calms me. That's why I also have the hair tie on my saddle horn. That calms me. Or I have an extra hair tie on my wrist. It's just, I do not think about my run or something I'm going to do for my run until I am walking down that alley. Rock is a flat-footed alley walker. He'll walk in unless I am very anxious, which luckily I've been able to control my anxiety in my runs now more than I used to, which is a good thing. The reason I don't think about what I'm going to do in my runs before is because I start to get anxious, more anxious than I would like to be, and I start getting fidgety, I start tensing up, and Rock can definitely feel that because he'll start not wanting to go near the alley. So I just wait till I turn into the alley, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna put my hand down, look where I'm going, kiss to him. And then I'll repeat that, and I'll repeat that, and I'll repeat that, and then I'll go, okay, go. And I kissed him all the way in. I stop whenever my brain tells me to stop. It's never consistent with me. And I mean, I either do what I just repeated or I do the complete opposite. So it's just a mental thing I do. And I always felt like praying helped me with it, but I mean, it still happens every race. So, yeah. But that is all for today's video. I hope you really liked it. If you have any suggestions for more videos, please let me know, and I will try my hardest to get those done. Thank you so much. Bye.